And so we are on to True Blue Power, Van Winter. Man, I'll tell you what, you guys actually gave lithium a good name. And
we're
let's face it,
trying.
in the beginning, that was kind of a challenge.
It's interesting that you say that because, so I've been doing the True Blue Power thing for just about 6 years. And when I started, I would get a lot of questions. Yeah. Is lithium safe? I've heard about hoverboards. I've heard about all these other things that have given lithium a bad name. And I'm happy to say those questions are few and far between now. So hopefully we've done our job to make a certified safe battery. And now we've got a full suite and a full line. And the certification is huge. That helps lead us to the safety of the battery. So far so good. It's definitely on the upward trend, and obviously no issues on our end yet. So hopefully, hope to keep that moving.
Well, first of all, let's go to the MPI 2 days ago.
Yep.
You had some announcements. What's new with True Blue Power?
So what's new with True Blue Power, as I open my beautiful prop, my shoebox prop, is these are our 2 new batteries. So we have 2 new batteries, the TB14.
We're not getting the sneakers for free or anything?
No sneakers for free, but somebody got some sneakers out of it. We didn't buy the box. We used someone else's shoebox, and they got the sneakers. But these are more valuable than those anyway. This is the better prize. So we have 2 new batteries, our TB14 amp hour, and our TB28 amp hour that goes into 12 volt, 14 volt system aircrafts. So this is kind of a funny story. It's not really that funny, but when we were thinking about how to make this memorable, and we weren't sure if we were going to put it in the MPI or not, but I looked up the specs of the batteries and I went on Google and I just started Googling, the dimensions and what would be these similar dimensions, and it was kind of a fool's errand for a little bit. I got like a bread box and a toaster oven and things like that, and then a shoebox came up and I was like, okay, this could work. So I sent it to our advertising department. I said, what do you guys think about using this as kind of a prop to put the batteries, just because, when you hold a battery, you can't really tell. I mean, you can kind of tell when it's in someone's hands, but...
Got to give it some scale.
Yeah, everybody knows the shoebox, and then I was like, well, actually, a shoebox is too big. They're so small. And so we said, okay, we'll put both of them in the shoebox. So, yep, they fit, and hopefully it was a memorable prop, and we've had some comments after the MPI, and it's been kind of a fun thing.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And the best part is you had Ryan sweeping up in the background.
I was happy that people picked up on that. And somebody asked me, they said, did you guys add laughter into the MPI video? And I was like, no, that was live. That was Aero-News picking up the laughter of the crowd. So that cracked people up.
So what part of the aviation market are you targeting with this battery system?
Yeah, so these are our smallest batteries of our line of batteries. So we go all the way up to 60 amp hours, and then these are down at 14 amp hours, and then obviously you double that for the 14 volt aircraft. So the kind of cheesy, corny thing that I was talking about to somebody yesterday is you deserve yes. So batteries are hard to get on aircraft. You have to STC them for lithium batteries per aircraft model. And we were tired of telling customers, no, we don't have that for your aircraft. Oh, do you have this for my aircraft? Especially Oshkosh. So this is a really good Sun and Fun Oshkosh market battery. And they would come up to the booth and ask if we had a battery, and we would have to say no. So now it's kind of a you deserve yes, the customer deserves yes, we want to be able to say yes. So these are perfect for the aircraft that we're going after on our AML STC, which is the Cirrus aircraft, the SR-20, the 22, Cessna 172, 182, Moonies, Pipers, things like that. So it really takes us down into some of those really prolific aircraft models that there's a lot of them flying around. And
but I got to tell you right offhand, I got a complaint.
What's that?
A big complaint. 10 years too late. I went through, I had a Glass Air 3, absolutely loved the airplane, 411 Alpha November, one of the most fun things I ever flew. 245 knots, any place I wanted to go, and controller's going, is that turbine? And you go, no, but it thinks it is. I went through battery after battery after battery, because the problem I had is with everything going, the way the system is designed and the way this airplane was built, we had to put the battery behind the front seat.
Okay.
Long leads out to the engine, and of course cranking a 540 on a cold day is such a pleasure.
I can imagine.
Second only to hand propping it. We won't go there. And man, I went through battery after battery after battery, no matter what I did, in the hangar for a couple days up to a week, I'm still having to go back and put it on the charger.
Yeah.
And where were you when I needed you?
I was going to say,
you let me down.
Now you deserve yes. So now we
can
can
go find another Glass Air 3.
Yeah, now we can give you yes. Well, yeah, and that was the thing. I mean, the reliability on these, we've been preaching the lithium.
The form factor is just stunning to me right now compared to what we were at various times operating.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what's interesting is, we call them cousins because they are different batteries, but they almost look like twins because all we did is we were able to adjust the cells in the way that they're laid out and the way that they're connected together to do the double amp hour and then lower the voltage. So yeah, they're fun, they're little, they're light. That's kind of the preach with lithium that we've been doing. You've given us a great platform for years, but they're 50 to 60% lighter than your traditional batteries. So that plus the reliability, plus you still have the smarts of the lithium batteries and the battery management systems has just been epic for us.
The big question, here it is, how much?
$24.99 is the list price for these batteries.
Okay.
So not only is it our smallest, but it is our cheapest, most affordable option so far. We hear the customers, right? So the first thing when I'm talking to customers about batteries is they say, wow, that's really expensive. And then I walk them through the value proposition of how it's going to last so much longer and how it's a much more reliable battery, how you're going to have cooler, cleaner, faster engine starts, right? So the wear and tear on your engine is way better. So we heard the customer feedback. It still is expensive compared to some of the legacy options, but
not after you've gone through a couple of batteries that don't work.
Exactly. So
this would have been cheaper. And again, thanks, pal.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, too late. But much more affordable option compared to some of our really, really high amp hour batteries. We stripped out just enough of the things that make our batteries really expensive to make these an affordable option for these owners that we know with those smaller aircraft but larger market that we're hoping it's a good price point for them to be able to be excited about.
Two more questions.
Sure.
Who can support these in the field and warranty?
Yeah, so 2-year limited warranty on these batteries, which is the same that we offer on all of our batteries and most of our aviation products generally. Supporting these in the field, mostly we're doing that support on our own.
Okay.
So we send these batteries back, especially as we ramp this up, and we want to be the first touch point for the customers. If there's an issue, if they need troubleshooting, we're a small company and we talk to each other, so we want them to be able to contact us. We want to be able to work through any kind of issues, but we'll have a lot of people selling them, and we'll handle all the support on our own.
I'll be darned.
Yep.
Now this whole battery series has permeated aspects of the airline culture, the business aviation culture, GA culture now, and so forth. What are you learning from these various sections of aviation that are helping your decision-making process as you support and design True Blue Power for the future?
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing that we kind of touched on already is we're learning that people need to be educated, right? Anything new is going to have a bit of a learning curve.
You're basically calling your average pilot a dummy. So,
well, don't put me on camera saying that, but...
Oh no, on batteries? Seriously, you go to 9 out of every 10 GA pilots, what do they know about their batteries? Not a bloody thing.
Right.
And to be perfectly honest, leading the pack.
Right.
So...
Well, and that's the thing. These are designed, you don't have to know much more, right? You put them in, and what's great about these is you don't have to relearn and deal with them and troubleshoot them every 1 or 2 or 3 years. I mean, these are still going to last you 8 to 10 years. So we actually don't need you to know too much about the batteries. We just want them to work, kind of a set it and forget it type atmosphere, and then you can set it and forget it for much longer with these batteries as well. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you've got, as I recall, you had some of these placed with airline operations up in the frozen north, where cranking power was something dearly desired. And then, of course, you went OEM with Bell.
Right. Yep. On the 505.
Which is extraordinary because it's a beautiful new machine.
Yep.
So you are permeating every aspect of the industry right now. So I assume world domination is on the plan for next week?
That's the plan, and again, this was so important for us because we kept there's just so many of these smaller aircraft flying around. And so we really wanted to answer that call to bring this kind of technology to those aircraft owners and operators. And that's why, we're excited about it. You can tell, hopefully the people that come by our booth and are able to talk to us can tell that we're all excited about it. And new stuff is always good. Hopefully the orange shoebox leaves it in people's memory even longer. But
I think this needs to be your new shipping container. There's a marketing idea.
Here's the thing with these little vent tubes, I can't quite get it closed, but so we just leave the shoebox open,
Every little bit helps.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Where do you go from here? What's next on the True Blue Power plan, for lack of a better way to put it.
Yeah, so I mean, we've been talking about batteries a lot, which is great, and this is brand new, and so we love to talk about it. We also do a lot of electrical power systems work. So we've got a big new frequency converter in our booth that is ready to go on Gulfstream aircraft, so 450, 550, 650.
Oh, there's a market.
So and so that's the thing. I mean, we're trying to span the whole market, right? We know that our stuff is good. We know that our engineering department is good. Our product design is good. So anywhere from top to bottom of the aircraft market, we really want to be able to offer our stuff to those people. So the frequency converter is another great option. And then just more power conversion products. And then the power conversion leads all the way to the customer touch points of the USB ports, right? We've been selling those like candy for years. I mean, and so those are getting more and more powerful. So that's kind of sums up the True Blue line. We got small batteries, big batteries, power conversion, frequency conversion, all kinds of new tech. And we really take that on. Our wireless chargers were something that we announced last year, and that was really just for our engineers that were doing the USB ports, what's next? What's some other tech that we can really get into? And wireless chargers was the answer to that. Frequency conversion was the answer on the power conversion side. And then, more batteries and making them more affordable for the customer. So, yeah, that kind of sums up really the whole True Blue brand and what we're trying to do for the customers. Be True Blue, tried and true kind of branding.
Well, there you go. Can we expect any announcements at Oshkosh this year?
Well, I'm hoping that these are going to be a big focus at Oshkosh.
Okay.
So probably nothing new, but I really want to get these in front of the customers.
You're going to bring product there to sell, or you're
yes.
just
Yep.
Now you're talking.
That's the plan.
I'm with the home build community out there. I can just see guys pulling wrenches out, throwing things out, and starting them up and going home.
Right. Yeah. They always and those are the guys that I think of. And when we designed this battery, I was like, I am so excited to go to Oshkosh and stand in the booth and be able to tell you, yes, I love that you flew a 172 here, and I've got a battery for it. So that's kind of the gist.
And we'll get you home.
Yeah, exactly right.
Van, it's always a pleasure to talk to y'all. You've got a great crowd of people. We've just so enjoyed working with you over the years.
Thank you, Jim.
And the best part is you always got new stuff to talk about, because sometimes in some events, getting real news is kind of pulling teeth. It's not the easiest thing to do. But you always show up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 things. And it's fun. And I like seeing the industry. I mean, not everything can be massive new airplane, massive new engine, whatever the case may be. It's the incremental changes that are pushing us to a better, safer, hopefully more resourceful and affordable industry. So throw a battery in, set it, forget it, go fly.
Yeah, shout out to our team. They do all the hard work, and then I get to talk about the fun stuff. So,
well, no, you got to sit back here and take credit for everything. I built a business model on this. Find good people.
I'll leave that to you.
Take credit for everything they do. It's a perfect deal, sir.
Thank you so much.
much.
Appreciate the time.
Aero-News Network's coverage of the 66th Annual AEA International Convention and Trade Show, live from Orlando, Florida, is brought to you in part by the following sponsors: